Good morning, Jim Hodges here, Loki here. Loki is a 9-month-old lab terrier mix that came in for our residency training program. By and large, he's a happy fella. He gets so excited in both good ways and in nervous ways. Just got a lot of energy. When he came, he was a dragger. He pulled us everywhere. Same with his family. We like to think that we fixed that. We've got to get our owners to be the leader. And if we can do that, I think good things are going to happen. I believe he's going to be one of these dogs that's going to be full of life and excitement all of his life. Hopefully as he gets older, it will pare down a little bit. That's even more important, the reason why we exercise him, both physically and mentally, with obedience and taking him for walks and things along those lines. He is going to get distracted. He sees other birds, squirrels, cats, chickens, dogs. He gets happy and excited. Again, he doesn't have an aggressive tone towards them, but he wants to meet and be a part of what's going on with them. That can't happen unless we say it's okay. If we just allow him randomly to do this, he's going to start pulling and deciding what he wants to do when it should be about us. We're going to go through our obedience right now. You're going to see the things that I'm going to ask him to do. If he does it, fine. If he doesn't, I'm going to provide the consequence. Again, if he does it, fine, and I'm going to praise him. Motivation takes two forms, praise and consequence. Praise is a combination of words, touch, treat, toy, positive emotion in the moment if you can. Consequence is words and touch, which is typically will be a tap of the leash and telling him no in the moment. Okay, so important. We're not here to intimidate, dominate, break his spirit, hurt him, or have him fear us, but we are here to bite him, just like mom or a sibling might when he was in his litter trying to establish authority or control or dominion over him. You see right now, he's looking back behind us, birds, butterflies, things like that. That's part of his nature. We're not going to be able to take it away. But what we can do is demand him focus on us when we're working. When I'm standing here looking around, we're good. But when I ask him to work, he's got to work. When I release him from work, he can go right back to sort of seeing what's happening in the world. He just has to focus when we ask, okay? The other thing is, even when he's doing the most mundane thing that we like, we want to praise it. So he has an idea that being calm and chill and being relaxed, good boy, is okay with us. You know, we're standing here right now. He cannot pull me on a leash. He can look around. He's not in a command, but he can't pull. If he pulls me, I'm going to tap him back to my side, and that's the basis of where we start with the let's go command, okay? I'm going to ask him to let's go. I'm going to use the praise motivation I was talking about. If he messes up, we're going to go from there. We're just going to deal with whatever it is in the moment. Keep in mind that we're going to make mistakes. He's going to make mistakes. Our job is to minimize those mistakes as we move on through life so that we become a happy, cohesive group together. Butterfly just flew by. All right, you ready? Loki, let's go. So let's go. You heard that tone. He's walking right here with me. His job is to be right here with me. As I said, he was a heavy puller. If he was to start to pull me now, I would immediately tap back on the leash and tell him, or no, let's go. And when he did it, I would praise him, okay? Not as much as if he did it right the first time. If we're walking, let's go. And he's doing what we want. Boy, good boy. I'm gonna reach down and praise him in the act of walking. In the beginning, most all of my clients, I say, we want to change directions. We want to continually move in different ways that aren't a normal walk every day to get him to focus on us more, okay? So the let's go, if he went out front, I would tap back here. If he went that way, I would tap here. And it would be, no, let's go, good boy, let's go. Good, I'm proud of him right now. Come on, buddy. Sit, hand signal for sit. Good boy. No treat yet. Sit, I ask him to sit. He holds that sit until I release him. If he didn't sit, or if he popped up, it would be a light tap of the leash. No, sit, and then good boy. We always praise after consequences, just not as much as if he did it right the first time, okay? He holds that till I release him, but I'm not going to keep a dog in a sit command for more than 30 seconds or a minute at a time. I just don't like the pressure it's putting on the rear end in case there may be problems. Now I'm getting ready to release him. He doesn't see, but my release is a B-R-E-A-K command. Watch. Break. Atta boy. Good boy. So I gave him a treat, pet him, loved him, told him how good he was. But when I broke him, did you see what he did? I stepped back, he came to me. What I am trying to do with the break command is teach my dog, I am the center of the universe. It's always good if you come to me. Also, when I get ready to do the come command here in a minute, you'll see how much similar it is to the break command, except it's a definite word command, come, to do the same thing. Teach him I'm the center of the universe, only good things happen here. That come command is going to be on leash and off leash here in just a minute. Good boy. So, sit. Good. Down. Down from in front. Down is just like the sit. Good boy. Good boy. I asked him to down. He downs. He holds it. If he popped up or didn't down, this is his head, it would have been no, down, good boy. Okay? He holds that sit until I release him. I haven't used the word S-T-A-Y. I never use the word S-T-A-Y for sit. I will do it for down and for room commands, okay? Watch, break. Atta boy, good boy. Let's go. So that one's D-O-W-N from the front. Down. From the side, hand signal. Good boy. Sit. Good. Notice the tone of voice I use for him to pop back up, okay? Very, very important. Let's go. So we're there. So I can go from one command to another command in any order that I like. It's always best to mix it up to keep him thinking and paying attention. But the big thing is when I break him, he's released from whatever work he's doing, but he still cannot pull me on a leash, okay? So important. Let's go. So the next command we've done down and sit is the P-L-A-C-E. Place. Good boy. Places to get on bed, lay down, sit down, stand up, read a book. I don't care what he does as long as he stays there. He can do this for a couple of hours. One of the things I told you about, he gets excited, gets a little nervous energy, positive energy. When I've got him here a long time, sometimes he'll start to whine. If he starts to whine, you've got a couple of choices. What I prefer is to ignore it and praise him when he hushes. But if it's just too much, you'll go over and you'll bite him with a leash if you've got a loose leash on him or a tab, or you'll grab him by the scruff if he doesn't have a tab on and tell him no, play. You could also, I think you used a spray bottle at home, you could use a spray bottle. Just if you use the spray bottle, it's no with the tap of the water on his face. And then good boy when he's quiet. The other end is when he is quiet, we need to praise him so he understands that silence is golden and silence is what we want. Praise, words, touch, treat, toy, positive emotion. Let's go. Good boy. Sit. Good. The other command we have is the heel command. It's just a much tighter let's go, if you will. Good boy. I love the way he's looking at me. I asked him to heel. His job is to stay in this little box, a much tighter box, and watch where I go and try to always move back into this box. It's our job to be aware of it, and when we make turns, we've got to make sure we square back up so he can get into the box, because it's not his fault he can't read our mind. When we stop, he sits. In the beginning, I only do 3, 4, 5, 6 steps, and I gradually get longer and longer. Why do I do that? Is to teach him what we want, and because he's excitable and he gets distracted, he may forget until we practice it enough. So hand signals like this, heel, we take a few steps, we stop, he sits, good boy. And now he's holding that sit until we release him. If he didn't sit, I would have popped up and told him no sit. If he'd have got out of this angle, it would have been a tap back and not no let's go, but no heel. Okay, that's the difference. Heel. Now I'm going to turn, watch him. I step off, see how he's trying to get back in the box, and I'm going to help him get back in the box. I'm not going to stop at that crazy turn because there's no way he can be back in the box that I want him to be, okay? Heel. So now I turn, and then I'm going to continue to straighten up. Good boy. So we can get in that box. Break. Atta boy. Very proud of you there. That was good. When his focus is focused, he's really good. But this isn't going to be all the time, okay? Sit. I'm going to pull out a treat, okay, out of my pocket. Of course, he knows I've got it. I would rather have done it without him paying attention. And now we're going to do the COME command. You remember what I said about break? Well, watch, okay? Hey, come. Not break, but come. Hand signal here. Good boy. He comes to me, break. He stops and sits, okay? That's what I want on leash all the time. So you see, I'm still turning corners, okay? Sit. Good. Hey. Good boy. Good boy. I love to give break. I love to give treats for the come command, and better yet, the off-leash come command when he's out in the yard or in the other room or something like that. The biggest thing with come, to teach him to trust us, most every person I talk to says they can't get their dog to come. Well, when they're 20 feet away, it's hard for us to have them on a leash or anything else. That's why we practice the on-leash come. We practice all the obedience so our dog not only wants to, but understands they have to listen to us. Pretend like he's off leash. Hey, look what I got. Come. Now, good boy. Atta boy. Great. Now notice, if you go back and play that, I said, hey Loki, look what I got. If he'd have been looking at a butterfly or another dog and looked at me and ignored me, I've lost nothing. But if he decides he wants the toy or me or the treat and starts to come to me, once he starts coming to me and committed to coming to me, I'm going to tell him to come because I'm reinforcing what he's already wanting to do, and that's going to make that come command that much stronger going forward, if that makes sense. We try to find our times for it. Before a meal, he likes treats anyway, but before a meal, when he's wanting to play with you out in the yard, utilize that. Just get his attention. Hey, buddy, hey, come. Right here. Good boy. Break. Now, what happened? Something must have bit him. I didn't see it. Maybe you did. But you notice he bit, and then I just continue to encourage him to come on, okay? Just a couple more things. The load up command. Maybe not for furniture, but to get in a vehicle. Okay, buddy, load up. Atta boy, good boy. Right. It's a great tool to get him to get up on something, even at the vet if you need be. We load him up, he gets up there, good boy, we reward him. Words, touch, treat, toy, positive emotion. It's our job to praise our dog at least 20 times more than we ever bite, okay? We want him excited and wanting to work with us. The last thing I want to talk about is we talked about the DOWN stay command. You remember, I'll never put a dog in a sit stay, but I will put them, let's see, down, stay, hand signal stay. Now that means pack your bags. You see how he got comfortable? You're going to be there for a while. He doesn't have to focus on me. He doesn't have to pay attention. He could roll on his side. He could sniff right around him. He could eat chew on an antler. He's packed his bags. He's going to be there for a while, 10, 15, 20 minutes. It's important that we do this in the beginning with our dogs every other day or so, because we're teaching our dog we're the leader, because this is the most submissive command a dog would do for his owner. The other thing that we'll do with this is break. Good boy. Now, I normally keep a dog in a down stay for at least a couple of minutes. For video time's sake, I've cut that a little bit. The other powerful thing about the stay command is that we can do it inside. We're in a room. Just pretend like there's a door there. We can go, stay. Doesn't have to lay down, but we're going to walk out the room. Good boy. If he followed us out the room, we would come back, grab his collar, grab the leash, whatever. No, no, no. Stay. Good boy. And then we'd go back. And by that way, we're teaching them that he needs to stay in a room and not follow us all over the house. Or if a guest comes or what have you, teaching to hold the stay. Now, I can tell you, when a guest comes or a new environment scenario presents itself, he's going to go back into crazy guy, and he's probably going to do something you don't like. That's why you have to practice it. Dogs learn in environments and scenarios. Getting here this morning, this is part of a routine. He's actually done real well. Hasn't been crazy, okay? But he's done real well. Other times we could get out here, he'd be crazy, all right? The thing about it is we stay balanced and understand that whatever he does, we have an answer for it. And hopefully the answer is primarily praise, okay? We want to be able to praise him as much as we can to build that bond between each other. Again, he's going to be a little excitable as he gets older. We just calm, praise, and fix it, okay? If it's something you like, put a word to it. If it's something you don't, you got to put yourself in a position to provide a consequence, and then come back and do that over and over again until he gets the right idea. Just remember, nothing can be praised. If he's sitting here being a good boy, atta boy, good boy. Yes, sir. Good boy. And that's what we do. You know, if you need me, you pick up the phone, 336-945-3232. Jim Hodges Dog Training. I appreciate you. We got our hands full, but he's going to be a really good boy, as I said. I think he wants to bay largely. He just gets a little carried away from time to time, and that's just like with some people as well. Thank you, and God bless you. Take care.